I guess I'll just start with the way this game works. So you got, in your deck you have heroes, champions they're called, and you can pick 2 factions. Each faction has 3 champions to choose from, and
I pull the string.
This is actually a pretty good opening because I've got 2 Elises in my hand. Yeah, so when the champion cards, they have like a level up condition. So Elise, if at the start of a round there are 3 other spiders on your board, then she levels up into the Spider Queen form, and then that gives all your spiders a buff, which is really good. If you've got a bunch of spiders on the board, which you have to have Elise. But for this deck, she also summons a spider when she attacks when she's in base form. But for this deck, she's basically just here to give me some early game. Our ultimate goal is to play... Oh my god, 3 of these is maybe a little bit much. So I can only play this card when allies died, but it gives me 2 spiders, which is obviously good for getting my level up condition for Elise. This Green Glade duo is elusive, which means I can't block it. I don't have the... Only elusive units can... Oh my god. Well, it doesn't matter because I've got another release right here. Gonna be rude.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Let's move.
Yeah, we can't block because it's elusive. Only elusive units can block elusive units. Someone pointed out it is exactly the mechanic of flying from Magic the Gathering. Which it is. That's true. I always look at the
hatch, feed.
Screen that has my view of the camera rather than at the camera when I'm trying to talk to the camera. Just a fun fact about me. Hilarious fact. God, our opponent is desperate for us to not get this Elise off, but unfortunately for them, we've got 100 spiders, so there is no chance that we are not getting this Elise off. This Elise is about to pop. We're about to have 1,000,000 spiders.
They'll enjoy it.
I know a lot about League of Legends because I've played this game. So Elise is like...
Let me change.
She's like some kind of spider... Well, she's a spider queen. But she's like some kind of like... What is she? She's like a... like a aristocrat type person. So right now, sorry, I've given all my spiders Fearsome and Challenger, so they can't block these with anything with less than 3 attack, unless I force them to, because they've got Challenger, and Challenger can pull enemy units into block whatever enemy unit you like. You can just move them around, which is great. It means you've got a lot more control over the battlefield. I mean, I'm going to win this game. They really can't catch up. I have drawn the good cards for this deck. They got Elise as well. They don't even have Elise. Why are you playing these spiders if you don't have Elise? The reason they're playing these spiders is because... yes, an arachnistocrat. Exactly. So yeah, she's an aristocrat, and she summons... It's very difficult to get into the lore while I'm gaming. This is an intense concentration game, let me say. It's a lot more complicated than like Hearthstone, which I enjoy. Like, I enjoy it a lot, but it is, you do have to like pay a bit more attention, which, God, who has the time for that? Really. What can I do? I guess, yeah. Draw 2. So yeah, Elise is like, she loves to... She's like a spider. She loves spiders, and she's an aristocrat woman. So what she does is she lures, like would-be suitors into her lair, which is the spider lair, and then with her spiders, she wraps them up in web and kills them and eats them. And I know this story from flavor text in the game, which is fun, which is a fun way to know things. And the fact that it's all explained through flavor text is pretty cool. I actually don't need to block this because everything has fearsome, so they're not going to be able to do anything about it. I don't need to block any of this. I'm gonna 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I don't need. I've got lethal next turn. I don't care about this. I could actually pull off some weird shit here. If I wanted. No, I don't think I need to. Just gonna play another spider. I would have summoned an extra spider if I had the space, but I don't need that space. I've got absolutely ridiculous lethal with this tiny amount of space. So just gonna play all of these. They're all attacking. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we drag this one over here. So they can't block because these are fearsome, and they need to have 3 attack to be able to block a fearsome unit. So this is just lethal. This is about as good as the deck does. This is about as quickly as the deck can kill. Yeah, the swipe thing is cool. So something I learned. Well, we'll get into that again in a sec. Well, the swipe thing is cool. The UI in general is really good in this game. So Elise, yeah, she's like a Spider Woman. You can see here she is taking off her fancy, I don't know, aristocrat dress to reveal her weird, sexy spider dress, I guess. And it's this guy like, but there's a card called Hapless. Yeah, here we go. Hapless Aristocrat. Who's like, when he dies, he summons a little spider, and that's because Elise has attracted him to her lair and turned into a big spider so she can eat him. It's great. It's great. I know so much silly lore because I looked through all the cards to look at the art, and I was like, oh, I can read the text here. Like this guy's getting chased around by this guy. This guy's also in the deck. His name's Thresh. He's a rude man. Thresh is, wait, Thresh will be at the top. Thresh apparently killed this woman and turned her into a lantern, which is real lore from the game, and that's why this character, Lucian, is so mad all the time, because he saw Senna die instead of his dead wife. Not good, tell you that much. Not as good as the Spider Queen. Anyway, let's play another game with the Spider deck. Oh, I was playing normal, not ranked. That might be why I won so easily. In ranked, I'm not doing so hot because I don't think my deck keeps up with like any kind of effort. The good thing about this game, is that it limits you quite hard on pay to win. So you can put money in to buy wild cards, but you can't put that much money in. It's got a pretty strict timer on it. So nobody has the most efficient deck in the world yet because you can't, because it's only been out for like 2 days or whatever. So so you just can't have a very good deck. So the deck that most people are playing with, almost everyone is putting Zed or Elise or Darius into their decks because these are just the cards that you start with. Then they're the easiest ones of the ones that you start with, which is cool. It just basically means we're all kind of on the same level right now. I don't quite know how the ranked works yet. It seems like I'm just getting XP and just leveling up slowly. But obviously once people have more cards, and it's pretty generous with cards, you will be...
I have unfinished business.
Hopefully the ranks will even up so it's still easy enough to find a fair game.
I'll do my best.
So what's this do? Whoa! See, saying Legends of... I think Legends of Runeterra must have a memory leak or something. It always tells me it's taking up too much memory. I turned the graphics down twice already. Okay, what am I blocking? I'm going to block like this. No, I'm going to block like this. So this is pretty wild. This is elusive, which means it can only be blocked by elusive units. But it's also ephemeral, which means it dies after it attacks, or at the end of the turn, whichever comes first. But when it hits the when it deals face damage, when it hits the Nexus, it summons another adds a copy in hand, which basically means it's like a replayable ephemeral card. And because it's elusive, it's going to be quite hard for me to deal with, which is interesting. I literally don't have a single elusive card in my deck. But what I do have is this spider here that stuns an enemy. So this actually will let me see. And here's another bit of flavor text and card art with the hapless aristocrat right here, who's getting attacked by the spiders everywhere. It's great. It's great. She's a spider queen. She's my favorite. We stand a spider queen. We stand a pet loving spider queen. The blah blah blah. Yeah, so I could stun that, and then because it's stunned, it can't attack me. Where's Nimbus? Nimbus is playing with seeds. Nimbus doesn't want to come over. Nimbus might want to come over, but Nimbus is... we gotta let Nimbus live. Oh shit, it's my turn. We're passing. We got a embarrassed emoji back. The emojis are few but expressive. I have never seen someone use this hand wavy emoji in anything other than BM, which is fair.
Soldiers, to me.
We're probably going to lose this game. They're playing a bunch of good cards and we've got crap. Well, we drew an extra sentry, so I think we stun that this turn. And we'll just save the other one for this when it comes to it. I don't think we need it. Ooh, that's tricksy. I guess it wasn't that tricksy because he still got the stun. So spells have different speeds. So this is a fast spell, which is a spell you can play whenever, like during combat. I could have played it just then if I had the mana, or like, you know, outside of combat or whenever. But your opponent gets a chance to respond. And then there are burst cards which do not let your opponent respond. They're too quick. And the way in which stuff interacts is a bit... you gotta get used to... So you can't play slow cards in combat, but you can't... if you react to a fast card with a fast card, then your card won't negate their card. So yeah, let me show you the swipe thing. So the order matters. Things happen from left to right. So if whichever one I pick up first is going to go on the very left, and then I pick them up in order after that. So this would put that one on the left, but I want a 3/6 on the left. So I'm going to put the 3/6 on the left. Yeah, so Thresh is a very weird hero. Thresh,
Is the first of many
Thresh levels up once if Thresh has been on the board when 6 units have died on either side of the board. And once Thresh is leveled up, Thresh can attack to summon a champion from your deck. So basically Thresh is... the point of Thresh in this deck is to pull Darius, who will Wait, let me see what's just happened. I think we just want to stun this to deny. So Garen has regeneration, which obviously means that they go back up to full health after every fight, which is just a bit annoying. So I need something with more than 5 attack to deal with it, which, you know, could be this, but I'll lose it. Oh, I used my swipe. My stun. Shite. I was trying to save that for that. Now I remember the game plan. This is always my problem in this game. I'm so bad at sticking to plans. Whatever, it's fine. Oh, this is good. I'm actually... They're gonna kill my Thresh off.
Shadow take you.
Which is fine, I guess. You can't stay too attached to your champions. That's your instinct, but they are just units in the end. Like, you build around them. Ooh, yeah, this is my win condition. If the game goes long, it revives the 6 strongest units that died this game on either side, and gives them ephemeral, which means that they'll die at the end of the turn. But what that also means is I can just summon them on my first turn when I'm attacking. They can't do anything. I attacked with everything, and they don't have time to respond to an entire board of giant units. Especially if they've been playing big stuff that is then coming back. It's brutal. Okay, what are we doing? What's this? This is a 3 cost. Let's use this to summon something bigger. So just kill the unit and makes a unit that costs 2 more. That's really good. That's really good, actually. It's probably... KO the Arm is a wrestler. She's called like Sienna the Knife. She's another card. And they have been named and their art has been made so that you can see them and think, that's some clever synergy.
I was gonna tell you that.
Is that right? So, yeah, KO gives their support power to the minion on the right, which would be, well, in a theoretical perfect world, is Senna. Or Sienna, whatever her name is. Okay, we're gonna do this, and this, and this, and this.
I give you muscle.
So overwhelm means
This is
that
my choice.
the excess damage is dealt straight to the face.
I stand ready.
Ugh,
I'll protect you.
I hate barrier. Barrier is like Divine Shield, but it goes away at the end of the round. So Garen's leveled up, and leveled up Garen rallies at the start of every turn. And what rally means is they get the attack sword, the attack token, which is a bit complicated, but you get to grips with it. So if you've got the attack token, you can attack. And you get the attack token automatically when it's your turn, but there are certain cards, such as Garen, who can give you the attack token on your opponent's turn, or twice in the same turn. So basically, if I let that Garen stay alive, then every turn they would be able to attack, instead of having to defend when I'm playing. So they're buffing these units.
Better, brighter than before.
I don't remember what Final Spark is. I think it deals 4 damage and it has Overwhelm, so it deals excess damage to face, which is crazy. And basically every time you spend 6+ mana on spells for the rest of the game while Lux is on the board, you're going to get another copy of that spell, and that spell is broken. So that sucks for me. But it's okay, because I've got another Vengeance in hand. So like... What will the 6 strongest units be? Probably Garen. I think I'm going to play Darius. Because if I play Darius, then Darius is immediately going to level up because the Nexus is 10 or less health and be at 10-5. So then at 10-5 they're probably going to be able to kill it based on the way their deck has been played. But then next turn I'll be able to Harrowing and bring it straight back. If it's not... Or not next turn, but the turn after my next attacking turn. So it's... I think Harrowing would probably give me lethal now, but I'm not sure. But it definitely would give me lethal. Oh, it would probably just give me a bunch of these, actually. Thinking about it. It's only units that have died, so... This has died a bunch of times, and this is a 3 attack. I don't think there's been that many 4 attacks. Maybe the, oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. So yeah, they're doing that, so they can block my Darius. But that's okay, because I want my Darius to die. And I want their Lux to die, in fact, so I can take their Lux as well. So my next attacking turn, I'm going to have a very big turn.
Uncle, it is good to see.
And now I'm going to play this Crawling Sensation, so I get 2 Spiderling to block on their attacking turn. This is... Like, I'm quite proud of this deck. I really like...
I'll write my own story.
The synergies are a bit weird. But it comes together really well. This is such a cool card. I love the art on this card. I love the effect of this card. Look at these skull faces. It looks like a lion's mane of skull faces. It's so cool. That sucks for me. So I'm gonna kill it. Oh no. No, I am. I'm gonna kill it. Yeah, the thing about this is I love it, but it is slightly too expensive to ever actually play. There is so rarely a turn where I can not cast anything or have enough mana left to play this after something's died. Is just quite difficult to pull that off. Like my cards like this that kill minions on my terms are pretty
Run them through.
You're left unguarded.
pretty cost more than 3 as a rule.
You call this a fight? Hardly fair.
So I can't get them out. But when your opponent's not expecting this and you pull it off, that's you can just wreck their board. You fully destroy them. It's really fun. Here we go. So these people are playing as whatever this... Oh, don't. Are you kidding? They had no cards in hand and they drew the 1 counter. Are you serious? Are you serious? There's one spell, there's one counter spell in the game. And they happen to draw it. I can't believe this. Such horseshit. I'm so mad. I mean, you should have played this, because you could have blocked my fearsome, but... God. I guess we're gonna get to play Rasa. I can't believe that. That's so messed up. I was literally about to say, well, they're the class that has the deny ability, but hopefully they won't be able to play it, because they only had one card last turn, and it would be incredibly unlucky if the one card they drew was the one card that counted the exact play I was going to do this turn. But they did. And then they did. And then they did. And then I died.